Hey guys, Jason here. Got an exciting video for you today, and it is based on recording tips. Now, I've been promising you guys I'd get back to doing more videos on recording because that's where I get the most questions from, and rightfully so, because I remember when I started this whole software-based recording escapade, I ran into a lot of walls and just hit a lot of frustrations. So, having recorded 2 studio albums on my own, hopefully I can help you get past some of those hurdles that you might be hitting and get you out of some of those frustrations. So in this video, I'm going to talk about panning rhythm guitar tracks. I'm going to show you how I pan my tracks. So let's get to it. Alright, so here we are in the recording software, which is PreSonus Studio One. That's the software that I choose to use. Now I'm skipping all the basics because I've got plenty of videos on basic recording stuff, setting it up and that sort of thing, and I'll have more coming out. So I'm skipping all the basics for this video and we're going straight to the meat and potatoes. I've already got my 2 rhythm tracks here, and then you can see I've got Easy Drummer down here. And the reason I have this drum track already in place, or the plugin already in place, I like to write and record along with a drum beat as opposed to a metronome or no beat at all. So to me, it just helps me keep my timing better. And also, you know, I might find a cool drum beat, a cool drum loop, and it might inspire me to write something kind of to that loop. So if you're having trouble writing, if you're having writer's block, go on a drum track, and that might help you break free from that. So, little side note. Anyway, so I'm going to go down here. I'm using plugins for my amps. I'm using Positive Grids by SFX. So the first track here, Rhythm 1, I'm choosing the 04 Insane 5153. I believe that's based on the EVH 5153. And the second track here, I'm using a different amp. It's the 92 tread plate, and that's based on the Mesa Dual rectifier. So you don't have to use different amps for this. I'm just doing it for the sake of this video. So I'm going to hit the little red light here. Make sure we've got some sound. So I'm going to find a cool drum beat first. I've got all my favorites here. This is, I think, a double bass one. We'll go with that. So I'm going to just throw one loop in here. You can close that. So if we click here. Now I keep my metronome on. Now I know I'm going back to some basics here. I keep the metronome on for the beginning so that I have like a count off before it gets to the drum track here. So you can see the bar moving here. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. So I know I can start on that count. Alright, so let's back up. And we're going to record our first guitar track, so I'm going to hit record. Oops, I turned my metronome off. So let's try again. So that's the first track. Now, what I'm going to do is, you see down here, this little bar right here, I'm going to move it all the way over, pan it. You can see the little pan sign down there. I know it's small, but I'm going to move it all the way to the left. Take the record off that. I'm going to press the record on what I'm going to pan to the right. So I'll pan this one all the way to the right. The first track, I typically like to record up the middle, so I've got the sound in both speakers. That makes sense. So now that they're panned, we're going to record the second track. Oops, let's go back to the beginning. There we go. Cool. So now, let's just take a little listen real quick here. So that's our rhythm track. Now I'm going to show you one more little trick. I'm going to delete the second track, and there's two reasons why I pan my tracks. One is it just makes the overall sound and tone more full. And it gives it a little bit of dynamic, because you're not going to play, if you're playing the same rhythm, you're not always going to play exactly the same note for note. Your timing is going to be slightly off a little bit, so it gives it a little character. You know, gives it a little, makes it a little bit more vibrant. So, but another reason why I do that is because sometimes I like to harmonize my guitars. So I'm going to re-record this track here, the second track, and I'm going to play the same thing the first half, but then the second half I'm going to break into the harmony. So let's hear that. Ooh, I need my metronome, my clicker. So now let's go back and hear that without the metronome. So there you heard it. There's a little harmony in there on that second part. So again, when you're panning your guitars, that harmony comes out a lot better as opposed to recording two guitars straight up the middle. Lemon water. Good stuff. I've been drinking lemon water every day for several weeks now. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that short recording session we just had, and I hope I shed some light on how to record two rhythm guitar tracks and hard pan each one. If you were struggling with that, or if you had questions about that, I hope this video helps you. Now, I'm going to ask you to find me on Facebook. In the description here, there's a Facebook link to my artist site. Find me on Facebook if you're not on there already. Go to my page and like it. And send me a message on what types of stuff you would like me to cover, because I really want to start. A series of recording tips. And my idea here is to go through an entire song, you know, piece by piece. So send me some of your frustrations you're having, some of the walls maybe you hit, some of the questions that you might have in regards to recording, and you know, tell me the stuff that you'd like me to cover, and I'll see about getting that integrated into the future videos here. So thanks guys for watching this, and I always like to thank you for supporting my channel and supporting my music as well. We'll see you on the next video. Keep it metal.